Hi friends, welcome to another episode of React Project. And this time we are going to develop a social media app. We will be using MongoDB as our database, Express, React, and nodejs. And the app is fully responsive. This project will be in sections, and in this part, we'll be working on our front end using React and Tailwind CSS. And in the subsequent parts, we will work on our back end and integrate it. Okay, so let me give you an overview of what we are going to do. Before then, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you also wish to support CodeWave, the links are in the description box. Also, if you want the full source code of this project, the link is in the description box. Okay, so let me give you an overview of what we are going to be building. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. This is the login page. You can click to, if you forgot your password, you can sign up with proper validation. Sign up also. So let's sign up. I'll put first name and last name as well as email. The email should be a valid email because verification will be sent to that email. Okay, and without you verify, you can log in. Okay, so let's see. So we have the email here, verification. Okay, so it's here, and the link expires in 1 hour, so we can click verify. Let's try to log in with the same mail and see if we can log in. So when you click login, you're given the alert that the email is not verified. For that reason, you can't log in. Okay, so you just have to go to your mail and click on verify. And when you see login like this, means you are verified. Okay, so we can come back and try it again. And now we are logged in successfully. And when we log in, we'll see our friends post. We see that our account is verified. We have no friends. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. If you check your left, you see your profile, and to your right, you see suggested friends. Okay, let's update our profile. We'll put our profession and location. You can add more columns or fields if you want. Okay, then you can select an image. Let me select this one and then update your profile. Okay, so once you see success here, and now our profile has been updated. Okay, so all the fields are updated. We have no friends, so we can add suggested friends. So I will click to add one suggested friend and log on to another account, to that account, and see. Okay, so this is that account, and when you see I have one friend request and I can accept or deny it. So let me accept it here. Okay, so if I go back and reload, I should see that I have one friend now, and that person is here. I can click to view his profile, and I'll see his post as well as his friends here. Okay, so I can make a post without an image, and I can also make a post with an image. Okay, so if I click on my profile, you see now I have one post here. I can view more or toggle it as well. Okay, let's go back home and make a post with an image. Let me select, okay, this one, and post it. And immediately you receive the feedback here. Okay, and the fresh post or the new post comes first. Okay, and the posts are in order that you see your friends post first, then you can also like, post, or comment. Good. And we have a complex comment system here. Okay, so be the first to comment. You comment it and you see it here. You can like or reply to a particular comment. Okay, so if I go to the other account, I'll see my friend posted this. I can also like it here. and I can comment also. So let's reply to this comment. Just put OK, and now we have it here. We can show replies, and it's here. Okay, if I come here, I can delete my post. So here, now you see the reply is here. We can make another comment. Okay, we post it, and now that's also here. Okay, you see, now we're having a good comment system. Like here, you can also like the reply. Okay, so let's delete this post and see. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, so you can go to your profile and you see all your posts. Come to the home, and let's try to search a post. So any word in there, if you search it, you get it. So we get 2 here. Okay, so let's change it to something different. Search, and now we have 1 post here. Okay, so we can search post by also now we're going to view light screen, so be careful with your eye. Okay, so we have light theme also here, so that's the dark one. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. Okay, let me change it. Yeah, we can log out here, and also can request for password reset. Now, as I said, the email needs to be a valid one, because the link will be sent to your email. Okay, this normally takes a little time. Okay, so when you go to your mail, you should see that you have received. Let's reload it and see. Okay, so now it's here. Okay, so you can just click on the link, and in 10 minutes time it will expire, so you can just have it and then reset your password. Okay, okay, so we are back again. So this is what we are going to do today, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, so to get started, just create an empty folder, name it a social media, and just drag and drop it into empty window of Visual Studio Code. Okay, so as I said, we're going to work on the front end. So go to your terminal, and we are going to use create React app. So just say npx create React app, and this will be the front end. So we say client. So client, and just press enter. This will take a little time, so I may pause and return when it's done. Okay, so it's done. Now we need to cd into the client folder, so cd client. Okay, so we are going to use Tailwind CSS. So let's go there, click on installation, and in the installation, just copy this command, paste it in the terminal, and copy the second one. Okay, paste it and hit enter. Okay, so this will be, we'll have to copy this and place it in a Tailwind config file. However, I have prepared the config file for you. Okay, So let's go inside the config file. I have prepared one, so I'll leave it in the description so you can get it with the screen sizes as well as the various colors. We're gonna have a different approach of our dark theme today, so you can change the colors if you want. Okay, and also the index.css file, I have prepared it for you. I'll leave that one also in the description so you can get it. So just go in there, copy and paste that one also. Okay, it contains the colors for a dark and light theme, as well as some keyframe or animations, okay, for our loader. Okay, so we will have to remove the code in here. We will not need it. Remove this ones. Okay, so you have to delete all unwanted files and leave the index.js, index.css, and the app.js. Okay, so you leave these three, delete all other files. Okay, this one should also go. Good. So you should be left with these three files. Okay. Okay, so we need to set up our project. Let's see if our Tailwind is working. So we'll put some utility classes with full and the minimum height of 100 VH. Okay, and let's put it a test and see. Okay, let's put in a test and add some class to it. The test should be blue, and this blue is coming from our defined colors. Okay, so we just run the app on npm start. Okay, let's wait for it since it's the first time loading. Okay, and we have it here. Now you see that the test is blue, okay, meaning our Tailwind is configured correctly. Okay, so now let's work on our routing. So we'll use React Router DOM. So we need to import the browser router from React Router DOM and wrap it around our app. We have an error. Okay, let's wrap it here. So browser router, then we'll put our app inside it. React script. Oh, okay, we need to install our packages. I'm sorry. Let's install our packages. So I will leave the list of packages, or you can get it from the JSON file and just copy and paste it. Okay, so npm I or install, then I'll paste the list axios.env, Redux Toolkit, React Redux, React Hook Form, React Icons, and React Router DOM. Okay, this is what we're going to use, and just press enter to install them. Okay, so when you check your package.json, you should see them installed here. Okay, so now let's start our app again. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so as it's loading, let's change our app name. We will call it our app. It's called Share Fun. We are going to share fun with our friends, so share fun. Feel free to give it any name you want. Okay, we have an error. Error. Okay, let's go back. React script, it's here. Oh, okay, this needs to be React router DOM, not React script. React router DOM. Okay, my bad. Okay, I think now it's working. Okay, it's working now. Okay. So let's set up our navigation system, the various files and folder structures. Okay. So I'll bring this once from React router DOM. We did the outlet, the navigate, the route, the routes, and the use location to help us navigate between pages. Okay. This will be pretty simple. Okay, so we'll need a layout to check, to protect some of the routes, because if you're not logged in, you shouldn't be able to make a post or go to the home page. Okay, so we'll check that on the basis of whether the user is available or not. Okay, so let's make the user object as empty for now. We'll also need the location from the use location coming from React router DOM. And if the user has a token, meaning when the user logs in, the user will get a token. So if the user has a token, then the user can have access to all the pages in the outlet. If the user has no token, meaning here is not logged in, we will navigate the user to the login page to login. Okay, so say navigate, then we point to login. Okay, we can also pass the state, and in the state will pass the from property, meaning where the user is coming from. Perhaps the user was trying to access the profile page, so we will have to redirect the user back to the front page when logged in. Okay, make sure you match the good. Okay, so when the user logs in, the user will have access to the protected route, I should say. So we need to wrap it around the routes, and in the route we'll have the protected route as well as the other routes that you can visit. Okay, so we have this route. So this route will point to the element should be the home. So all the routes that will come between this route is protected. It will be checked whether the user exists first or not. So the home page as well as the profile page. Okay. Okay. And the other routes will come beneath it, such as the register route, the login, and the reset password. You don't need to log in before you can access these pages. Okay. So these folders do not exist for now. We will have to create them. So in the source file, just create a folder called pages, as well as have another one for components. Okay. Good. So in the pages, we'll have to create these pages. So the homepage.js and run rfce. If yours did not work, make sure you have the ES7, ES7, I think. Yeah. Make sure you have the ES7 plus. Okay, this one here installed. Okay, so you can use the rfce. It's very quick. Create another page. Okay, so we have the login page rfce, and then the other page will be register rfce. Another one will be profile rfce, and what again, the reset password rfce. Okay, We'll also need an index file to export all of them here. That will make our code clean. So you import and export it here. So say export, then we put in home. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste all of them here. This is how we do it. So yes, so we'll just import all of them and export them here. This will make us have a clean import statement. Okay, so let's import it. It's not working. We need to import it manually, I think. Okay, so let's import it manually. Say import in curly braces home from dot slash pages. We don't need to bring the index. Okay, and I think now the others should work. So now it work. We import all of them here. Okay, beautiful. Okay, we're making progress. Okay. Okay, so I think now will be the time for us to set up our Redux. Let's set it up straight. Okay, so Redux, and in the Redux we'll need the store.js. We also need to have the reducers. So we say reducer. Okay, .js. We'll also need the user slice or action. Yeah, the user slice. We'll also need one for theme to be able to switch our dark theme and light theme. We need slides for it, as well as we need one for post slides and JS. Okay, so now let's start from the store. Okay, so we need to import configure store from Redux Toolkit. Okay, configure store from at Redux Redux.js slash or /toolkit. Okay, and we will also need our reducer here. Okay, so we'll import it as root reducer from the reducer folder. For now it does not exist, but we'll create it, and in here we'll just say const store equal to configure store, and we'll, in an object we'll pass our reducer as the root reducer. Okay, root reducer. Okay, so in the store also we'll destructure the dispatch from the store. So we'll destructure dispatch equal to store from the store. Okay, and we will export them. So export store and the dispatch. And this should be export. Okay, and that's all we're done with our store. Now let's go into our reducer, and in the reducer we will need to import combine reducer from Redux Toolkit. We'll also need to get the slides, so we'll import the user slides from the user slides file. We'll also need to import the theme slides from the theme file. These files do not exist for now, but let's import them. We'll create them shortly. Okay, we'll also need the post slides. Okay, beautiful. And we'll say const root reducer equal to combine reducer, and in an object we put the user should be equal to the user slice, theme equal to theme slice, and post to post slice. Post to post slice. Okay, and we'll need to export it. So export combine, root reducer. Okay, so now let's go into the slides and create them. Let's start from the simple one, and that one will be the theme slides. Yes. Okay, so in here we'll need to import the create slides from Redux Toolkit. Okay, we'll also need the initial state, so cause initial state. The initial state will be theme, and we'll check. We will need to save our theme to the local storage so that when the user reload the page, we can still have the theme. So if it exists, we'll get the value. If not, we'll set it to default to light. Okay, so say cons theme slice is equal to create slice, and an object will pass the name as theme. Then we'll pass the initial slice, initial state, as well as the reducers. We're gonna get the various actions. So we'll create a reducer name set theme, and in it we'll get the state and the action. Okay, so the state contains the current state, and the action contains the value we want to pass, or the payload. So we'll say state.theme should be equal to action.payload. The value we want to set will be in the payload. Okay, and we'll also set same for the local storage. Okay, payload. Great. So pretty much simple. We need to export it. So export default reducer a theme slice, yes, dot reducer. Okay, now we can create the action down here. Okay, so we just create a function as set theme. The difference is this set theme is capital X, so be careful. Okay, and in that we'll dispatch the action. Okay, if you watched our previous tutorial, you know that it's the same thing format we are following, so it's nothing new here. So we'll need this and bring it here, and also, okay, save it. So in the user slides, we also need the initial state. I'll just bring it here. Okay, so in the initial state, we have the user as well as the edit. Should we want to edit our profile? Okay, so if you watch the previous tutorial, you know this one, we used it. Okay, so we also create the user slice using create slice, and the object will pass the name of the slice. Okay, the name will be user. We'll pass the initial state as well as the reducers, and we'll have the reducers of login. So just bring it. So login, we get the state and the action. Then in the states, we'll pass the payload action to the state, and we'll set same to the local storage. Okay, we'll also need that one of logout, and in the logout, we'll just set the user state to now. We just remove the value and remove it also from our local storage. Pretty simple. We'll also need one to update our profile. You know, we have the edit here, so we'll need one to change it to true or to false. Okay, then let's export it. Also, we can put the actions down here since it's not that complicated. So we'll need user login here, and we'll dispatch the action login, which is on top here, and we'll pass the user as a parameter. We need one for logout, so that one we don't need a parameter because we're just going to set the value to now. We'll need one to update. We'll also set the value, whether true or false, as a parameter here, or prop. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, now let's come to the post slice. We'll need the initial state, then we'll create the post slice. It's pretty simple. We'll just have this one reducer, that is get post, we'll export it, and we'll set pose the same thing we are doing. Okay, so you can watch it again if you do not get it. Okay, so now let's configure our store. So we'll need to have a provider from Redux and put our store in it, so that wherever page we go, we can get access to our state values. Okay, so provider from Redux. Okay, so we just have to wrap it around provider. Okay, and pass our store here. So the store will be the one we created, and it's coming from Redux.store. Okay, we just pass it here like that. Okay, so now let's try it and see. So instead of we having user here, let's try to fetch it from our state. So we'll use something called use selector from Redux. In the selector, we'll get the state, and in the state, we'll have our user. Okay, so let's import it from Redux. Import use selector from Redux. Let's try to console log it and see if it's working. We can go check our console. Nothing is there. Okay, let's destructure it and see. Okay. Nothing is here. Let's reload. Still nothing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you're supposed to log in. Okay, we'll also need the theme. Okay, so let's try that one too and see. Okay, and that one is working. We get dark, and I'm using an extension called console ninja. Console ninja. That's why I can see the logs right in here. Okay, so if you want it, you can install it. So okay, so now we've been able to configure our store, and we're getting the value of the theme. Okay, so in here we're going to have, as I said, a different way of getting our dark theme. So we'll just put the data dash theme property and pass our theme. So on the basis of this, the colors will be selected. Okay, so now you see that by default is set to dark. It's dark. Yes, let's go to our theme and change it. It's supposed to be light. Okay, nothing is changing. Okay. Okay, so let's go into, where do we start from? Let's start from login. Okay, so let's add some utility classes here. So the bg color of bg color, and this, it's coming from our defined classes. We put the width of full and height of full. So now you can see that the background is dark. Okay, let's change it to light and see. It's still not changing. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so this one, if you go into our index.css, you should see that we have the colors here, bg color, and in here we are setting them here. So these are the colors, the name we are referring to. Okay, you can change the colors to whatever you want. So far so good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also support CodeWave if you want. Okay, so let's make this 100 VH to take up the entire screen. Let's make it flex with items center and justify also to center. Okay, then a padding of 6. Inside it, we'll put another div with class name, or it should be inside class name. Okay, so it should be full width, and empty screen width should be 2/3. Height should be fit, and on large screen the height should be full, and on extra large the height should be 5/6. Okay, and the pattern y py8 on LG py of 0, flex bg of primary, and rounded dash XL. Also want to hide overflow, and we'll give a shadow of XL. Okay, so inside this div we're going to have another div, and we'll have it, this thing will be in 2 columns, the left and the right. Okay, so in the left we have a div, duplicate it for the right. Okay, so we give a class name, and yeah, okay, so the height should be full, width should be full, and on LG screen the width should be 1/2, height of full, padding 10, and on 2XL padding X of 20, flex column, justify to center, and in between, in between the div we have another div with classes of full width, flex, gap of 2, item center, and margin bottom of 6. Then we're going to have another div with our logo in. Okay, so class p2 bg of, then I'll put a color. I'll bring this color here. Okay, and rounded dash test dash white. So all of these are coming from colors. So in here I'll put this icon from React icon. I will import it. So import this from React icons /tb tb. Okay, okay, and beneath it we'll put a span tag and put a name share fan. Let's start this also. Test of 2XL and test dash this color. Okay, okay, let's see. Okay, so we have it here coming out fine. Okay. Okay, so that will serve as our logo. Okay, but if you have any logo, you can use it. Let's have another paragraph tag. We have a paragraph tag, and in it we're gonna say log into your account, install it, test of ascent 1. That's also one color we have. Test size of base, font semi-bold. Okay, so this how it looks. It's coming up fine. And beneath it we can have a span tag that's just say welcome back. Okay, let's give it a class of test-sm and margin top 2 and test of accent 2. Okay, great. So beneath the span tag we'll have a form. Okay, and that's where we're going to put our login form. We give it a class py8 flex column gap 2, a gap of 5, I mean. Okay, and inside here we have a test input. Okay, so we'll create a test input, rfce rafc ra. Okay, now we will use React hook form for validation. For that we'll need to have a forward ref, so wrap it around forward ref, so react dot forward ref. Okay, and make sure the parentheses are matching. So we put one here, okay, one here, good, and in here we have another. Okay, good. So like this. So in here we will destructure the various props. We'll have the prop of type, we'll need placeholder, we'll need styles, we'll need label styles, we'll need the register from React hook form, we need a name and error. Okay, and after destruction we also need the ref. Okay, the reference. Okay, so in here we're gonna make it pretty simple. Anyway, I have a tutorial on how to create input. We'll leave it for you to check it. So a width of full, full width. Okay, and it should be flex column, margin top of 2. Now if the label exists, then we'll show it, else we need not. So in a paragraph tag we'll render the label label. Oh, it should be label L. Okay, so let's style it. So in a template string, because we want to add a label star, so test dash accent 2 test sm margin bottom 2, then we'll add the label styles should it exist. Okay, pretty simple. Now beneath it we'll put one div, and inside it we'll have our input. Okay, so input will have a type of type, The name will be the name. We'll have name, placeholder of placeholder. Then we'll have the ref as ref. Okay. Then let's put some classes. Okay, so we use backtick. The BG should be secondary. It's coming from our classes. Rounded border dash. I find out this color to be working well, a gray color. Okay, with a little bit of opacity. Outline none. Test XM. Okay. Test color of accent 1, PX 4, and PY 3. Okay. Placeholder color, we want to change the placeholder color to test dash this color. Okay. Then let's add our styles. Okay. So we can add more styles. Now let's also spread the register from that will be coming from our React hook form. And we can also put this area invalid. That's error when we have error. Okay, so when we have error, we're going to render the error message. Okay, really cool. So we also have an index file and import all of them and export them from here. Okay, it's not mandatory though, but it makes us have a clean import statements. Okay, so I will just come control space to import it here. Now we have it here. We're getting somewhere. Interesting. Good. So let's pass the various properties. So the name will be email, placeholder will be let's say email at example.com. Okay, then we'll put the label as email address. Okay, we can also have the type as email. Okay, good. And the register will come from the register from React hook form. So we'll put the register and register it as email. That will be the name, and we'll also make it a required field. So we'll say required and put the error message as email address is required. Okay, let's import it. So we import register from React hook form. Okay, so it will be coming from use form, and the use form is also from React hook form. Okay, it's not imported yet. Let's import it. So import use form from React hook form. There should be form, not forms. Okay, so in here we'll get the register, we'll get the handle submit, we'll also get the form state, and in the form state, that's where we'll get the error. Okay, so we'll destructure the errors from the form state. Okay, pretty good. So we can set the mode as on change. Okay. Okay, so we have registered our input, and let's also add some bit of styling here. It should have a full width and rounded dash full. Okay, let's also pass the label star of ml dash 2. That's margin left of 2. And let's pass the error. And since we're getting the error, we will need to check if the error.email exists. If it exists, then we need to pass the errors.email.message. Message, else we'll pass now. Okay. So if the error exists, we send it. If not, we send empty. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Okay. Okay, so I think we can just duplicate it, and that one will be for password, and we register it as password. Okay, and just change the values to password. So we have 2 here. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, I think there's a problem. Our background of the input, oh, it should be dash, not equal to. Good. This is how it's supposed to be. So after this, we will need to have a button to submit it. But then let's also get the forgot password. Okay, so we'll put in a link from React router and just put in forgot password. Okay, so if you've forgotten your password, you click on it, then you can reset your password. Okay, import link from React router done. Okay. Okay, so the to property will move to reset password. Okay. I will put a class, the test should be SF, and it should be to the right, and the test color should be blue, the font dash semi bold. Okay, so we have it here, it's coming up fine. Okay, so if this thing is slight, but we still haven't let's check local storage. Also, I already have a theme set. Okay, let me remove it. It's going to turn to white. Be careful. Okay, so now white theme is here. Okay, so I think the dark is comfortable with the eye. Let's set it to dark and work. Okay. 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 Okay, so we also need to display the error message should something go wrong, and we'll check if the error message exists. If it exists, then we'll put a span tag, and in that is where we'll render our message. So a error message dot message. Okay, this variable does not exist. We'll create it shortly. Okay, so let's give it some styling. So class name, change it to backtick, because on the basis of the message type we'll give different colors. Okay, so if the error message dot status equal to status, equal to failed, then we'll make it red color. So I'll just copy and bring it here. It should be this, it will be red. Okay. Okay, run off. So if it's failed, we have red, and if it's success, we have green. Okay, the margin top of 0.5. Okay, so let's create the error message state here, cause error message and set error message. Okay, equal to use state, and by default we'll set it to empty, or yeah, empty. Okay, we'll also need the is submitting to know whether we are submitting our form or not. Okay, by default we set it to false. Okay, we'll also need a dispatch to dispatch our user to our state. So we'll get it from the use dispatch coming from React Redux. So once the user login, we'll have to dispatch the values. Okay, coming from React Redux. Okay, it should be import, not cons, import. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so in here we'll check if it's submitting. If submitting is true, then we'll need to show a loading, as we show our button, and we have a custom button. Okay, so let's bring the loading also here. Okay, so let's create it. And this loading, we have been using it in all our tutorials, so I'll just copy and paste it here. Okay, and its appropriate classes are in the CSS file. Okay, we import and export it here, as well as create our custom button. Okay, and this button, we have been creating it over and over again in our previous tutorial, so I'll just copy and paste it here. It's nothing complicated. We're just creating a button. Can remove this and accepting props like title, container style, and if it has an icon, the type and the function to click. Pretty simple. Okay, we'll add a lot of the classes when we use it, so we import and export it here. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So let's close all of this, close this. Okay, so we can import the loading. Okay, this should be coming from the index. Let's wrap this. Okay, curly braces, good, so that we can import the others as well. Okay, import and import this one also. Okay, so if we check, nothing showing. Okay, yes, let's start our button and we'll see it. Okay, so we'll give the type as submit, and we'll give the container styles. Okay, I'll just place it here. So inline flex, justify center, rounded medium, BG of blue, and the pattern X and Y, and the text size. Okay, pretty simple. We'll put the title as login. Okay. Okay, and when we come here, you can see that we have our beautiful button here. Okay, so I think we're almost done. Let's also put a message down there. Okay, so we'll put this paragraph tag that says that you don't have an account, then you can click to create account using this. So it will take you to the register page. Okay, now let's go to the right side. And in the right side, we're just going to put an image. Okay, so on small screens it will be hidden. So we have a height of, width of 1/2 and a height of 2. And on large screens, it will be visible, flex column items to center, and justify to also center. We have a BG color of blue. Okay, and in here, we're going to have one more div, and we have our image in. So class of relative with full, flex, item center, justify to center. In it here, we will have the image. So I'll bring it here. We have this image with this little bit of styling or classes. Okay, so at this moment, let me bring my assets, which contains the image. So in the source, can create asset folder. Okay, it will also be in the GitHub repo. So let's import and export the image. Also import it as bg image. Okay, and it's coming from the image we have in here, img.jpeg. Okay, jpeg. Okay, and let's export it. Okay, so in here we import that image. Good. So let's check now. We have it here like this. There's a problem with this should be dash, not equal to. So it will take half, and this one will also take half. Good. This is what we want. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so after the image, we will have some tags. Okay, so here we have one div, and inside it we have a button. Let's import it from React icons. So import this BT share, BS share from React icon/BS. Okay, so we just want to give a tag like share. So I'll good. So we have it like this. Okay, so we'll get 2 more of it. So we share, we connect, and bring the other ones. Okay, so we have 2 more. You share, you connect, and you interact. Okay, so make sure we import all of these icons. So import AI outline interact from React icon/AI, and the other one from import the connect im connect from React icons/im. Okay, and I think good. So you can connect, you share, you interact. Okay, and beneath it we want to so this one, okay, first one we toggle it. Okay, so last but one of the right side, we have a test. So bring a paragraph tag. In a div, we'll put a paragraph tag that says connect with friends and share for fun, as well as usage. Good. So we give this. So we have this here. Okay. So pretty much simple. If you click, okay, and let's go inside our form and see when we click, it should not reload. That's the default behavior. But once we're going to use React hook form handle submit, we don't need to set the prevent default. Okay, so say on submit, we'll pass the handle submit, and in that we'll pass our on submit function. So let's create our on submit function up here. Okay, that's this the handle submit. Okay, so our on submit function will be an async function. We'll get the data as a prop, a parameter. Okay, and it will be an empty function for now. Okay, so this will be our on submit. Okay, so when we click now, it's working, the validation, everything is working. Okay, so we are done. We just have to copy and paste this in our register and then change some few steps. So we'll change this to register. Okay, so we'll paste it here and change the name. Okay, so this should be register. Okay, so let's go to the register page. As a matter of fact, we click here. Okay, so let's begin to change things. Okay, so here we'll change this to create account. We'll remove this one. Okay, also we will need to change it. So in this div, wrapping the left and right, we just need to, after flex, we need to add flex row dash reverse. Okay, so that will change. Okay, good. So we just want to swap it like that. Okay, so this one remains same. So in the form here, that's where we need to add the username and password. So I'll just copy and bring it here. So above the email, we put a div wrapping it with flex column. Okay, and in it we'll just have two of the input registered as first name and last name. Good, so we have it like this, and the email will remain the same. Okay, so we'll just remove the rounded, and the password will also make it like that of the this one. Okay, let's remove this one. Okay, and the password will also be like the name. We also have it to because we need to confirm our password. So we'll make it 2. Okay, good. So we have one here and the other one here as confirm password. Okay, don't forget to import get values from React hook form because we need to validate the password. So go up here and add get values. Okay, good. Okay, So we are validating the password to see that it matches with the one you put. Good. We also have the error here. Good. So it's coming up fine, pretty well. And if we type and it doesn't match, we get error for this one also. Okay. What again is left? So I think that's pretty okay. Let's change this to create account. And what again? Change this to already has an account. Log in. Then we'll change this to also log in. Okay. Here will be the same. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, so let's remove this from here. We don't need it here. Okay, good. So it's working fine. Can click here, we go back here, we come here. Okay, so far so good. We are done with login and register. Okay, now let's go into the reset password. Okay, so in here we'll need this from React hook form, as well as the state variables. This one not coming. Let's import it. Use form from React hook form. Okay, so we'll need the onSubmit function here as well. OnSubmit. Okay, there will be an async and we'll get the data. Okay, okay, okay. So class with full height 100 VH and BG color of BG color, flex, item center, and justify center. Padding of 6 P6, and inside it we're going to have one more div, class BG primary with full MD with 1/3 to Excel with 1/4, PS6 and PY8 shadow MD rounded dash LG. Okay, so we have a paragraph tag that says email address. Okay, then we'll have another a span tag that says enter email address used during registration. Okay, because we will need the same email address in order to send the email to, the link to reset password. Okay, though we will have a form. We have a form. Okay, we don't need the action. We just put on submit, handle submit, then we pass our on submit function. Good. In it, we'll just bring our input test. Okay, let's style it. py-4 flex column and gap 5. Okay, so our input, it's here. We just copy the input, email input, and just bring it here, import it, import test input. From dot, no, it should be dot slash component. Okay, we're getting up somewhere. Okay, the same thing. I also bring the error message. Okay, when we get error, okay, also let's bring our button. Okay, the same thing like we did for the login form. We just copy and paste them. Okay, so if should we go to check, yes, we have it here. Email, we also have the validations working. Okay, okay, pretty cool, making progress, right? Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also leave your comment. If you also want to support CodeWave, the links are in the description. Thank you. Okay, so now let's go to the home page, and this will be doing a lot of the work. Okay, so let's go back home. Okay, okay, so user does not exist, so let's go back to our slice and check user slice. Okay, so let's pass a dummy user from our data object inside our assets. So we have this user here. Okay, user, okay, still not working. There must be, okay, we have it here too. Okay, what might be the issue? Okay, let's console log the user again and see. So in our console, we get this error here. We'll check it, Okay. Let's clear it, go back home, and nothing is showing. We're getting undefined. We're getting undefined. Okay, so there must be something wrong somewhere. Okay, the problem it's not from here, I'm not sure. Okay, let's check inside the reducer and see. Okay, so this is supposed to be user slice. Okay, I think they should work now. Let's go and try it. We go home. Okay, and now our user value has been console logged. Okay, so it's here. Can remove it. Good. Okay. Okay, so we'll need to import the use selector so that we can fetch our user from the state. Use selector from React Redux. Okay, so set user equal to use selector, get the state, and in the state we have the user state. Okay, okay, let's come in here and give some classes. A width of full, we get an error here, cannot destructure. Okay, this ought to be user and not users. So px0 and px of 10, pb20, and 2xl, the px of 40, bg color, good, and lg rounded dash lg, h that screen, overflow, okay, hidden. Now we're gonna have a top bar. Okay, so let's create this top bar. In the component, we'll have a topbar.js, RAFCA. Okay, let's import and export it here. Okay, top bar. Then we'll import it here. Okay. Okay. So in here, we'll also need to get the theme because this is where we'll actually dispatch the action, where we'll change the theme from. Okay, state.theme, parentheses. Good. So we also need the user. Okay, we also need a dispatch from use dispatch. Okay. Okay, let's give class Topbar w-full flex items center justify to between py 3 and mdpy of 6, px of 4, and bg of primary. Good. And inside, that's where we're going to have our logo. So as we've done before, we'll just bring it. Okay, so we have wrap it in a link. This time we'll just wrap it in a link so that when we click on it, it can take us back to the home. Okay, won't be a problem. Oh, import the icon. Good. So this is what we have. Okay, then we're gonna have a search bar. Okay, so we have a form, and in a form we have this search action. We have our input, the one we have been using over and over again using the React hook form, register, as well as we have our button. So we'll create the action, we'll import register from React hook form, use form. Okay, we also need the handle submit as well as I think. Okay, let's get the form state and see. We also need the handle search. Okay, and should be empty for now. Okay. Okay. So we have the button here. Good. And beneath the form, that's where we have our icons. We have our icon. And in a div, that's where we're going to display the various icons in a class of flex, gab of 4, and items to center, test dash ascent 1, test dash md, and md test dash excel. In here we'll have a button, and in the button we'll have check the theme. If the theme is true, we'll have this. Okay, so we have the BS moon and the BS sun. Okay, so if it's light, we have the moon, and if it's dark, we have the sun. Okay. Aside that one, we also have the notification icon. Let's import that one. Import IO notification from. Okay. Good. Okay, so we can pass the onClick event here, so that when the user click, we can change the. So we just pass the handle theme function. Okay, so let's come and create it. So in here, we'll just check if the value is light, we'll change it to dark. If it's dark, we'll change it to light. And this is the action coming from our use team slides. Okay, so we just dispatch the action and pass the value to it. Okay, so light, dark, light, dark. Pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so after this icons, we'll also need the button to log out. So we'll just bring one. Okay, so bring one, the button here. Okay, and we'll dispatch the logout action, which is coming from the user slice. So if you go into the user slice, you see we have this logout here. So this is what we are dispatching here. Okay, let's import it. So far so good. Everything is working, and if we click it, we go back to login. So let's go back. Oh, it should be 3000. Okay, so far so good. Our top bar is done. Okay, so now beneath it, we're gonna have a div which will be full width, flex gap 2, LG gap 4, PT 5, PB 10, and age full. So inside this div, we're gonna have 3 columns: left, right, and center. Okay, so the left will take the user profile, the right will take the post, the center will take the post, and the right will take the friends, as well as suggested friends and request. Okay, so get classes, it should be hidden. Normally width should be 1/4, 1/3. On LG, it should be 1/4. Height dash full, MD, flex, flex. Okay, flex dash com, gap dash 6, overflow, dash dash Y dash auto. Okay. Okay, so then we'll render the profile card where we'll pass the user as a prop. Okay, so let's create this card. Okay, in our components, profile card. Okay, import and export. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, so inside this is where we're going to show the user profile. And we'll need this. We'll need the user. So we're importing the user as data. We also need the dispatch. Yes. Yeah. This is where the edit is coming from. Okay. And this user, we are passing it here. That's why we are renaming this as data. Okay, so use dispatch. Okay, so far so good. So in here we'll have a div class name with full bg primary, flex column, item center, and shadow sm, and rounded dash xl, px6, and py4. Inside that div we have another div with class with full, flex, items center, and justify to between border and border bottom, and the border bottom. Okay, and padding bottom. Okay, this will be the color. Okay, so in here we'll have a link. Okay, we have a link from React Rotterdam wrapping our image. So when we click on it, it should take us to the profile page where we'll use the user ID. So profile slash, then we add the user ID underscore ID. This should be good. Let's also give class flex gap2. So inside here we'll have the image. So the user profile will have a profile URL. Okay, and the profile, it's coming from here. Okay, and let's make the alt as the email, or perhaps the username. Okay, so if the profile image does not exist, then we'll show no profile, which is coming from our asset, this one. Okay, so no profile. Okay, so it's really big here. Let's control the size. So we're going to put classes. Okay, and the classes, we're going to have a size of 14 by 14, and object dot cover rounded dash full. Okay, good. Then we'll have a div still in the link, which will contain the username. So flex column, justify to center. In it we'll have the username. So it will be like this. So the first name and last name. We'll give a class of text-lg font-medium, and items should be of accent 1. That's the color. Nothing showing. Okay. Let's see what is happening. Nothing is showing. What might be the issue? It's running. Okay, oh, let's destructure it here. Okay, good. Make sure you destructure it. Destructure the prop. So down here, we're also going to have the profession. So user.profession. Okay, with class test accent 1 2. Good. If it does not, we'll just say no profession. Okay. So down to the link, we'll have the other properties also showing. So in a div with class of, we'll just have to check if the user dot id is equal to the data dot id, because we will use this same card for different users. So if we pass users, we need to check if it's our own, then we'll show the edit button. If it's not, we'll show add friend button. Okay, make sure you import this edit. So if it's our own profile, the user and the data will be the same, so we can edit our profile. If it's not, then it means it's for someone. We can add them as a friend. Okay, so this is coming from our slides. Okay, it's here. Okay, so now you see this is our own, so we can edit it. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, so if good, okay, if it's not our own, also we just have to show a button with the add icon, and we'll send a friend request. But for now, we'll make it. Let's import this. Okay. For now, let's remove this function. Okay, let's remove this function from here and just make it an empty function. Okay. Okay. So since this is our own, we can see that. Okay. So come down here, last two divs. Okay. And we have another div with class with full, flex, column, gap 2, and py4 border bottom, and we'll bring the border bottom color again. Okay, inside it we have another div with class flex gap 2, items center, test accent 2, Inside this, we're going to have the location icon. Let's import it. Okay, location CI. Okay. Then we'll render in a span tag our location. So user. Okay. There seems to be a problem. Okay. Okay, let's see where the problem is coming from. Okay, here should be dash. Okay, so we have it like this. Okay, so after this we'll have another one. Okay, a div class flex gap 2 item center test accent 2. Okay, then we also have an icon and a test. Okay, so the BS icon, briefcase, then we have this. Okay, so far so good. So we have another div with this same class as the previous one, wrapping the various icons. Okay, bottom with also the bottom border. Inside it, we'll just check, we'll render the number of friends. Yeah, okay, so this has 3 friends. Maybe there's a problem somewhere. Okay, there should be a closing. Good. Okay, so now good. So we have 3 friends. Okay, so beneath it, we'll have another div with class flex item center justify between, and we have a span tag that says who viewed your profile. Viewed your profile. Okay. Okay, then we'll just render the number of views you have. Okay, it's getting better. So we start this class. The test should be async -2. Okay, pretty good. Beneath that div, we have another span tag which shows whether the account is verified or not. Okay. Okay. So far so good. Also, we'll have another div with class of flex center justify between. Then we have a span tag span. Okay, inside we'll just put join. Change the text color, then put the date using the moment library. Okay, we just want to get the date from, so let's import moment. We import moment from moment. Oh, we have a problem. I think the moment is not installed. Moment. Okay, we don't have it here. Let's open another terminal and install moment. Oh, it's not here. It's not supposed to be here. Let's cd into the client before you install it. Install moment. Hereby moment. Okay, it's here. So I think now it should work. If we go, yes. So now we have it so easy. We have joined 4 layers. Okay, so let's go and install it. Okay. Oh, it should be flex, small letters, flex. Okay. Okay. So 2 divs down. We have one div with class of full width, flex column, gap 4, py 4, npb 6. Inside we have a paragraph. I will put our social links or social profile. Okay. Class of text dash accent 1 text dash lg font dash semi bold. Okay. I'll just okay, I'll just copy and bring my icons. So we have the BI, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Let's import them. FA. Okay. Okay. So import this from FA. Okay. So we have it like this. Okay. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, so this will be the profile card. Okay, pretty cool. We're making progress. Now let's continue. So after this, we'll have another card, which will be friends card. Then we'll pass the friends from the user.friends. So the user has a friend, we'll pass them. So if you check from our data, you should see that the user has a friend. Yes. So that's what we are passing here. Okay, let's go and also create this component, import and export it. Okay. Okay, so let's import it here. Go there. Let's accept the friends. Yes, have friends. Okay. Okay. So inside here, we're gonna have class name, full width, BG primary, shadow SM, rounded X, LG, PX, 6, and PY 5. Inside, we have a div, class, class name, flex, item center, justify, to, between, test, ascent 1, PB 2, border bottom, and border bottom color of this one. Okay. Okay, so we have a span that says friends and the number of friends we have. So if we can have friends and we have 3. Okay, so we are going to render the information. Okay, so your div, it should be full width, flex, flex of column, gap of 4, and pt of 4. Okay, so we're gonna have a simple here. We'll just have to map over the friends. We'll get each individual friend as friend, and we'll instantly or immediately return something. We'll return a link, and the link will point to the user profile. So the two will go to the user profile. So go to profile slash then the user ID, friends.id, friend.id. Okay, friend. So inside we'll put a key, and the key should be the friend ID. Then class, full width, flex, gap 4, item center, cursor to also pointer. Okay, inside we'll put the image. So friend.profile URL or no profile. Then the alt can be friend.first name. Okay. And the class, the width of 10 and a height of also 10. Object cover, rounded full, dash full. Okay. So okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay. So beneath it we have one more div with class, flex 1. Then we have a paragraph type which will show the name. So text base font dash semi medium, text dash accent 1. Good. And we'll have the name of the friend. Okay, so like this. Okay, then beneath it we also have the profession like we did. Okay, so no profession, no profession. Okay, So pretty simple. I think we're done with that one too. Okay, so now we have the left right done. Okay, so we have the center and the right now left. Okay, let's give this class. This one will also be flex1, a height of full, a bg of primary, px4, flex column, gap 6, overflow y dash auto, so it can be scrollable. So now let's go into the right side. In the right side, there will be two. We'll have the friend request as well as suggested friends. Okay, this will be the suggested friends. Okay. Okay, so it will be hidden normally with 1/4, height full, LG flex core, gap 8, overflow y auto. Okay, so here class name, w full, bg primary, shadow sm, rounded lg, ps6 py5. Okay, and inside here we have one more div with class flex item center, justify to between, and text lg, excel, text accent 1, pb2, border bottom, and border bottom of, as usual, the color. Inside we're gonna have this span, friend request, and the number of friend request. Okay, let's um, let's import friends from here. Okay, so we'll create a variable. So we have the friend request, we'll pass this friends to it for now, and also pass the same friends to the suggested friends. Okay, so we have an error, use state. Okay, so now we have three requests. Okay, so we'll have to map over the request that we have. Okay, so in a div with class w dash flex core Yeah, for PT4, we'll have to check and map over our request. We'll get we'll get the ID and the request from. Let's rename it as from. So request from as from. Then we will return a div. Okay. We have an error. Okay. We ought to give a key here. And I think that error will go away. So if we have a key of ID, okay, it goes away. Okay. And a class of flex item center justify to between. Okay, so we have a link so that we can click on it and move to the profile page. And in it, we'll point to the profile page as usual. Then inside here, we put a class of with full flex gap for item center and cursor to pointer. Inside, we're gonna have the image. Okay. No profile. Okay, so let's make a little bit of okay, this data. So friend request instead. Good. We can pass that in. Okay. No profile. Okay, import this. And we have a problem. Friend request. Okay. So after this, we have another div that will house the name and the profession, like we have been doing. So copy and bring them, and the profession as well. Okay, so we have it here. There seems to be no space. It should be gap, not negative gap. For okay, good. So pretty cool. We're making progress. Okay, so beneath the link, we're gonna have the various action buttons to either accept the request or deny it. So we'll bring our custom button, and the title will be accept, and I will bring the styles. So we have a bg color, the text size, the text color, and a pattern of x and y, as well as rounded. The same thing, we'll have another for deny also, with different background color. Okay, so this is the result we're getting. This is the result. So we are done with the request. Let's go to the suggest. Full width, bg primary, shadow sm, rounded dash x lg, px5, py 5 as well. Inside we have a div class, flex, item center, justify to, between, test lg, and test ascent 1, border bottom, and as usual, border bottom color. Okay, so we'll have the title, suggested friends. Okay, we have it here, making progress. Okay, so beneath that div, we have one more div, and inside we're gonna map over the suggested friends. Dot map, and we'll get the friend, and we'll return a div. Okay, okay, class, flex, item center, justify to between, and we're gonna give a key or the id, so friend underscore id. Okay, so in here we're going to put a link with the two property to the profile page. Okay, like we have been doing, still the same thing. Inside it, we're going to put the image. Okay, it's coming up fine. Okay, so I think we should change this. Let's create one more object and call it suggest. Okay, and spread this object. Okay, okay, yeah, let me spread the others. Okay, it's just 3. Okay, okay, so we need suggest, pass it here, suggest. Okay, good. Okay, So we have the name here and the profession as well. Okay, so beneath the link, we'll have the action button to add as friend. Okay, we'll make it empty for now. Okay, and let's import this. Okay, good, great. Good, so we can scroll. Okay, so that's pretty cool so far. And let's now go into the center. I think, yeah, center. And in here, we're gonna have a form to post, as well as have the various post cards, the various posts. Okay, so we get a form, and in the form, we will have the class of BG primary, PX6, PY, PS4, rounded, LG. Okay, in it we have a div, full width, flex, item center, gap to PY4, border bottom, and as usual, border bottom color. Good. In it we'll have our image, same image. Good. Okay, we have it here. Pretty fine. Okay, let's make rounded LG. Okay, good. We have the edge here. Fine. So after the image, we also need to get the input. We'll import it and give styling, full width, rounded, full, PY5, placeholder will be what's on your mind. So just post what is on your mind. Okay, okay, good. And give it a name of description. That's the post description. And I'll bring this one, the register from React form, the error as well. So let's import it. Register use form coming from React hook form. We'll also need the handle submit as well as the form state error. Okay. Let's create the handle submit function that will help us to submit the post. Okay, it will be an empty function for now. Okay, so we'll pass it to the form on submit, So on submit, we'll call the handle submit, and we'll pass our handle post submit. Okay. Okay. So should there be an error, we'll also show it. So let's get the error view state. Okay. So it's here. Good. We're getting somewhere. It's a problem. When we submit. Oh, okay. This should be handle submit and not handle post. Should we handle submit? Okay, then we pass handle post submit. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. And beneath the form, we'll have a div. And this div have a class name, items, center, justify between, py4. And we'll have the various labels for we want to be able to add images or videos or GIF. Yeah, but this one will focus on only images, so we will not have enough storage for videos. Okay, but we'll do the design. So the HTML4 will be for upload image, class reflex, items center, gap 1, text base and text accent 2, on hover text accent 1. And a cursor of pointer. So inside it, we're gonna have our input to select the file. So I'll just copy and paste it here. The type will be file, and we'll set the file type. So we'll just get it from the first index. So let's go and okay, inside here, let's create our state variable, file, set file to use state, and it will be empty at the beginning or now. Okay, so we'll just put the logo, icon, so bi. Okay, so we have it like this. Okay, let's check our classes. It should be ascent. Okay, good. And when you click on it, your file system will open for you to select an image. Okay, so we'll just get 2 more of it, one for video and the other for the GIF. Okay, so we have them here. We need to import the images. The same thing, just that the accept type changes. This is GIF, and the other one is video. That is MP4. Okay. Good. So we have them here and they work perfect. This, okay. So at the bottom of the various inputs or selects, we'll add a button, and this is the button we have been using over and over. So I'll just copy and paste. We'll also have posting. If we are posting, we just want to change it to, let's wrap it to the div. If we are posting, we'll change it to our loading. Okay. So let's create, yes, good. So let's go and create our variable posting. Posting and set posting. It should be use state and it's false in the beginning. Okay, so we have the appropriate error. Good. So beneath the form, that's where we're going to have our individual post card. Form is done. Okay. So now postcard. Okay, let's create the loading. Set loading. And there's also the post object here. Okay. Let's import it. Okay, so we have to check if it's loading, then we'll show the loading, else we'll have to map over the post. Okay, but then if it's not loading, we need to also check if the post length is greater than 0, meaning the post exists, because there can be that it's not loading but there are no posts. Okay, so if there exists, we'll show. If not, we'll show that there's no post, so we'll be the first person to post. Okay, so we'll just bring this that there's no post or post available. But if the post exists, then that's where we will map over it. We'll get the individual post and we'll return the postcard. We'll return the postcard, and the postcard will have the key as the post ID. Then we'll pass the post as post. We also need to send the user to check if the post belongs to the user. We'll have the delete post empty for now, and also like post to be empty for now. Good. Let's make this delete post. Good. So now we need to create this in our components folder. Postcard. Okay. Import and export. Okay. Import. Okay. Okay, so we need to accept the various props like post, user, delete post, and like post. Okay. Good. We'll need these use states. Okay. Okay, so in here we give a class margin bottom 2, bg primary, pattern 4, rounded dash excel, div class, flex, gap 3, item center, mb2, and in it we have a link to wrap the image. Okay, as usual. Good. So see the post has a user ID, so in it we have the user ID, and also need to have the image, so we'll bring the image. Okay. No profile. Okay, yes, let's import this. Good. So we have the images here, it's coming up fine. So we need to put also the name. So beneath this we have one more div, full width flex justify between, and then we'll have another div. This will take care, they will put in the link, so that when we also click on the username, it will take us to their profile. Okay, they will put the username inside this. We have been doing this over and over. Okay, good. So it's coming up fine. So when we click, you see it takes us to the profile page. Okay, so beneath the link, that's where we'll put the location. Okay, we'll put the user's location. Okay, so after this, we'll also want to put when the post was posted. Okay, so put this using the moment library. So we need to import moment from moment from moment. Okay, so now we get the time when the post was made. Okay, okay, shall we continue? So now we come down to last div. And in it we have a paragraph tag, and that will show we'll give a text as accent 2, right? And that one will check if it's show all, because we don't want to show all the post description, we want to slice it. So if the show all is equal to the post ID, then we need to show all the description. If it's equal to, then we show all the description, else we will have to slice the description. We'll slice the description for from 0 to 300 words. Okay, I think that will be cool. Okay, good, it's coming up fine, so that there will be kind of uniformity in. Okay, good. So if the description is more than 300, then we also need to find a way to show all the tests. So we'll need to check if the description length is more than 301. That is, if it's 300 plus, then we'll bring and we also have to check if the show all is equal to post ID, show all post underscore ID. Then we'll show the test, we'll bring a span and we'll show the test show less, meaning we are showing all already. So we need to show less, else it should be show more. Okay. There should be parentheses and not curly braces. Good. Okay. So now we give this classes as well as on click event. We just have to set show all to 0, and when we click on this we set show all to the ID. Okay. Okay, so when we click, we show it all, we show less, or less. Okay. So we can scroll each column. Okay, so beneath it we will have another block and check if the post has an image. If it has an image, then we'll render the image, else there's no need. So post.image. Now we'll give the alt as post image. Okay, we'll give a class. It should be full width and it should be margin top of 2 and rounded LG. Okay, so some of the posts has images. Good, beautiful, it's coming up fine. Okay, good. Okay, and the white also works. Dark. Okay. Now we need to bring the like, comment, and also delete. Or we give a margin top 4, flex, justify, also between items to center, and px of 3, py of 2, text of accent 2. Okay. The text should be base, border top. Okay. And as usual, we'll bring the same border color we have been using. Okay. So in here, now we're going to have a paragraph tag. And this paragraph tag, it's going to have house the likes. So I'll bring it here. So we'll first have to check if the likes includes our ID. We will show the like icon with a color of blue, else we will show a like icon without color. Okay, let's give, okay, so flex gap of 2, and items dash center test dash base cursor dash pointer. Okay, so if yes, we have it like this. I don't think there's any with our ID. Okay, let's go to the data and copy our user ID, add it to any of the posts inside the likes. Okay, good. Now let's go and check. Okay, so this one has changed. Okay, good, good. Pretty cool. Okay, so we also need that of comments and be similar. So we have these classes, and in it we'll also have the icon and the text. So the icon is BSBI comment, then we'll show the number of comments. So okay, great, it's coming up fine. Now we need to check before we render the delete button if the post belongs to that user. So if the user ID is equal to post.userid.id, then the user can have the opportunity to delete. So we put a div, and inside it, that's where we'll have our action button. Okay. So this will be an MD icon with a span tag. Okay, so let's make sure we import it. Okay, import the MD outline delete from right icon slash MD. Good. Okay. So class should be flex gap of 1 item center and test of base as well as test color of accent. It should be accent to 1. Okay. And the cursor of also pointer to make it look clickable. Okay, so on click we'll have to delete our post. So let's make it delete post, the one we are receiving. I will pass the post ID. Okay. Okay. So the comment will also have this. On click, we'll show comments. We'll set show comments to the ID, but then we want to check first. Then we'll also get comments. This function does not exist. So let's go up and create it. Here, once get comments, should be async and it will be empty for now. Okay. So pretty cool. We're getting somewhere. Okay. So beneath it is where we're going to have our comments. Okay. So we have a div. Okay. We first need to check if the show comment is it's equal to the post that we have selected. Okay, so if we click on a particular post comment, then we'll see it. So class name with full empty for border top and the color. Okay, as well as pt top, pt of 4. So inside this, we will render the comment form. Okay, so we'll create this shortly. It will accept few props of this, the user, the post ID, as well as the get comment. We'll pass it here. Okay, so let's create this form. We'll create it inside the same card because that's the only place we'll need it. So no need to create it outside. So okay, so comment form equal to, okay, I will return now. Let's accept the props. So the user ID, this ones we are passing here. Okay, we are accepting them here, and also we are accepting replied at because we use the same thing for to reply comments. Okay, we'll need this state variables, as well as need use form, react hook form. Okay, we'll need the onSubmit function. Okay, now we'll return a form. The onSubmit will pass the handle submit and pass our onSubmit. Okay, okay, so class full width, bottom, border top, like this color. Good. Okay, so inside we have a div. As usual, this will take the image and the input as well as the button. Okay, so gap 2 py of 4. Okay, so bring the image or no image. Okay, so we have the image here. Okay, okay, so I also bring the test input, import it. Okay, with these classes. So the placeholder we want to check if the replied at exists. We just want to say replied at, then the name of the person who want to reply. We're using the React hook form as well as show you the error messages. Okay. Okay, if there is also an error, we just want to show it to the user. Okay, and also when we click on submit, we have the button to submit as well as the loading. Okay, interesting. So if we click on it, we see it. We click, okay, okay, interesting, great. Okay, So now we have our form ready. Beneath our form, that's where we're going to populate the comments. Okay, so check if it is loading. Now we don't want to fetch the post together with the comment. So when we click on a particular comment, then we fetch the post. So check if it's loading. If it's not loading and we have comments available, then we'll map over it. Okay. Okay, so if the comment exists, I mean the length is greater than 0, then we will render the comments. Okay. If there's no comment, we'll say there's no comment, so be the first to comment. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, so let's get the comment from our data. So we just set reply comment to 0. And we also want to set comments to comments from our data file. Let's make it post comment. Okay. Okay, post comment. Okay, so we'll map. Okay, so now we'll have to map over the comments. Okay, so class with full UI to a key of comments dot underscore ID. Oh, we need to map over it first. So comments dot map, then we get each individual comment. Then we can return our day. Okay. Okay, so now we'll get comment underscore ID. Okay. So inside here we have another div. And this will be similar. We'll need the image and the user, yes, and the username as well as the comment. Okay, so class name should flex gap of 3, item to center, MB1. Then we'll wrap it in a link like we have been doing. Okay, so we'll have our image pointing to the profile page, and the comment also contains the user ID, which contains the user information. Okay, I think post data. Okay, it's here. So what is the issue? No. Oh, save it. Make sure you save the file. Okay, good. So now we have the icon here. Okay, let's continue. So after the image, we'll have the name. Okay, the name also, when you click on the name, you go to the profile, so wrap it in a link. Then the type, I mean the comment type will come under it. Okay, then the comment itself will come. So we're getting somewhere. The name is not showing. Okay, user ID, first name. Let's see. There's first name and last name. So what's our issue? Not sure we save it. Oh, we have one extra square bracket. Remove it. Good. And I think it should work now. Okay, good. So we have the name and the comment type. So beneath this div, one div to the postcard, to the comment card, I should say. Then we put another div, and inside is where we're going to have our comment itself. So margin left of 12, then we put a paragraph tag inside it. We'll render the comment. And let's give class text color ascend to. Good and interesting. We have it here. Okay, so inside it we have another div, and that's where we're going to put our like as well as reply to the comment. Okay, so empty top flex gap of 6. Inside it we have paragraph tag, and we'll have similar to that of the like, the post like, but this time it will be comment.like and not post like. Okay, but the same icons. And I'll bring these classes. Okay, and we also have a span for reply. Okay, so now you can see we have replies here. Okay, so when we click on reply, we just have to set reply comments to the comment ID so that we'll know which comments we want to reply. Okay, so after the comments card, we need to also render the reply comments. So we'll check if the reply comments is selected or clicked. We'll check if the ID is equal to the comment, then we'll show the comment card, form. So if I click on this, I should see the form. If I click this, I see the form here. Interesting. Okay, that is reusability. Okay, we're making progress. So with last but one, we'll have our replies. Last but one div, we'll have our replies. Okay, and this will be similar to the comment. So we have a div, and inside it is where we're going to render it. But first, we need to check if we have replies. Okay, so if we have it, then we need to show a button that says show replies. Okay, so we have a paragraph tag that was set show reply to the comment ID. Okay, so and it will also show the number of replies that we have. Okay, so we have one reply here. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's give a cursor pointer here too. Okay, good. Okay, so beneath it, okay, we'll have to check if the show reply is equal to the comment ID, comments and replies dot ID. Okay, if it's so, then we have to map over the replies. We need to map over it and show the reply card. Okay. And we'll pass all of these parameters or props. We'll pass these props. Okay, so we will have to create this card. We'll also need to send the handle like, which is the like we are receiving. Okay, and we'll pass the URL as well as the ID. Okay, so tell which of the likes, which of the comments we want to like. So let's create this card. We'll also create it right here in the same file. That's where we need it. Okay, reply cards equal to this, and we will return. Okay, let's take the props. So we'll need the reply, the user, and the handle like. And let's return a div. This will be similar to the comment card. So class name, full width, UI 3, and we give a key of the reply ID. Oh, we have given the key here, so no need. Okay, continue. Okay. Okay, so another div in with class flex gap 3 item center margin bottom of 1. Okay, I will have the image as well as the name in a div here. Okay, we have the name. Good. And we have the time as well. Okay, we're getting an error. Where is the error coming from? There's replies here. So it's from here. You have to load from this card. Replies is not defined. Replies not defined. Replies here. Oh, okay, here it should be question mark dot. Okay, great. Okay, now handle like this handle like. Okay, let's create an empty function. Okay, handle like async. Okay, let's make it empty for now. Okay. Okay, so we're making progress. I think, yeah. So we have it here. And I click on this, I have a, okay, good. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, so to the last div, we'll also give another div, and in it we'll give a class of ml12. Then we'll show the reply dot comment. Okay. Then we'll also put the action to like the comment, the reply. Okay, so I'll bring it here like this. Great. So interesting. Okay, so pretty much done. Okay, I think we are done with the postcard. Okay. There should be individual cards, but they are all together. Let's see. Okay, so remove this primary from the center div, and let's see. Good, this is how it's supposed to be. Good, good, beautiful. Okay, okay, sure, we have it this way. Okay, okay, so now let's go to the edit profile, so we can edit our profile. So edit profile.gss, and this will be a modal form. Okay, import and export here. Okay, so we'll need this use selector, the dispatch, the use state. Okay, so because when we update, we'll have to dispatch actions. We need to dispatch the user updated information to our state. Okay, we also need the use form hook. Okay, on submit. Okay, 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 so there's going to be a modal form. Inside it we'll have a div. Okay, so class should be fixed and z index of 50, so it will be on top of all other components. Overflow y2 auto. Inside it we'll have another div, okay, with these classes. Okay, so with these classes, this one is pretty simple. Okay, we have another one which will have div inside it with absolute, with a background and opacity of 70. Okay, 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 let's render it here so that we'll know. Okay, okay, so let's wrap it in fragment, and beneath it let's just call the edit profile. Okay, and if we check, okay, now you can see the overlay is here. Okay, let's continue. So we need to have a title at the bottom to close it. So I'll copy and paste it here. Okay, so we have the modal title here, and the title will go inside verse 1. Okay, so it will come inside this div. this div that we are setting the row as a dialog. Okay, so I will set the title in here. So this is for the top, the title, and also there an icon to close it. You can create this function here, handle close, and when we click on it, we will have to dispatch an action. Okay, so it's coming up fine. For now, it's not working. Okay. Okay. So the form, inside the form, we're gonna have the various input text. In this one, we have been doing it, so I'll just copy and paste and import it. So we have input for name, first, last, profession, and location, as well as we need to bring the select file. Okay, this is not needed here, so we select the file and we create a function called handle select, which will help us to select the image. Okay, and when there are errors, we'll show the error, as well as we'll bring our loading and the button to submit. Good, and that's pretty much it. Good. So when we click on this, we should be able to close it. So we go to the handle close, and when we click on it, we need to dispatch the update profile and set the edit to false. So dispatch update profile and send the value of false. Okay. Also, once click on this, we set the picture to event.target.files, and the first index will receive the event as a prop or parameter. Okay, still not working. Okay, so here we'll render it on the basis of if the edit is true. Okay, so let's also bring the edit here. Okay, together with the user, because they are in the same state. Okay. Oh, it ought to be edit. Okay, now it's working fine. Good, interesting. Okay, so now I think we can go to the profile page and finish it, and that one is going to be saved like this with few modification. So we'll finish in some few minutes. Okay, so let's close all of this and go to profile. So we'll just be copy and pasting. Okay, so we're here. Okay, so we'll bring this, let's import them. We'll use params. To get the ID, we'll need the dispatch and the selector. The use state, okay. Okay. Okay, so here you wrap it in a fragment. And as I said, it will be similar to that of the home with few modifications. So we just bring this and the top bar will come. Make sure we import the top bar. Okay. It's here. Making progress. After this, we have another div to the down, which will house the left, center, and right. Okay. And in the left, we'll have to show the profile card. Okay, but we'll hide the friends card. We'll only show it on large screens. We'll show it on large screens. We'll hide it. Good. So let's import it. Import this one also. Okay, so the profile card is here. Okay, so come to the right. We'll also show the friends card. Okay, this should be user. Okay, we have it here. And in the center, we just copy and paste. Okay, so we're just loading it and using the postcard. Let me comment this post and import our post from the data instead. Okay, import this one. Great. Postcard. Okay, let's import it and handle delete. Okay, this functions. Okay, so we have it here. And yes. Okay, so if it's not our account, we see it like this. Okay, that's great. This one seems not to be working. There's no name or something wrong somewhere. Okay, so here, okay, user info. Okay, so let's pass the user to this one and see, and change this down here to also user info. Let's see if it works. Okay, so it works as expected. So far, so good. Great. Okay, so I think this is how we've come to the end, and it's fully responsive, as you can see. Great. On mobile and on yes, tablet. Okay, interesting. Great. 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 Okay. Okay, so this is the end of it. Stay tuned for the next part. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.